Hello everyone, Rachel here. Today, I want to tell you why there is no emergency racism in the gaming community. The buzz started with the trailer of the upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows, featuring Yasuke, a black samurai. Who is Yasuke? According to Ubisoft and some quick Wikipedia edits after the launch of the trailer, Yasuke is the legendary black samurai who has leaped out of the pages of history. Forget centuries of tradition, rigid societal structures, and meticulous training required to become a samurai. Enter Yasuke, the alpha male of feudal Japan, who, despite being in the country for a few years, managed to outshine every other samurai. No need for a family name, landholding, or any of those boring formalities every other samurai had. Yasuke is a paragon of strength and skill that would make even Lawrence of Arabia or William Adams blush with inadequacy. In a land where children start their samurai training before they can even properly hold chopsticks, all he needed was armor and a sword to become the best samurai ever. Because, of course, every English soldier was a knight, right? Yasuke didn't just learn Japanese. Oh no, he mastered it overnight while fighting epic battles and charming crowds of Japanese children. He wasn't just a samurai, he was the samurai. Twitter fans quote the cover of African Samurai, a lengthy book by Japan history scholar Thomas Lockley, which sells this image in what the author calls the man's true story. But if they went beyond the cover, they would see that African Samurai is far less a history book and much closer to historical fiction, especially considering novelist Geoffrey Gerard is listed as a co-author. That's right, a novelist in a supposedly scientific text. And so we get the African Samurai, striding through the multicultural streets of feudal Japan, where apparently no racism existed and everyone was super chill, and recently popping up in novels, manga, anime, and video games. Now, Assassin's Creed is fiction, so Ubisoft can do whatever they want. Yasuke is mysterious and fascinating, giving the writers plenty of room to build a narrative from scratch. But here's where it gets tricky, and I see 3 problems. First, this move feels like another case of woke capitalism. Corporate marketing and advertising pretending to care about social justice. Second, using Yasuke might stir up racism debates, but racism is a really marginal problem in this context. Let me be clear. Real racism is terrible, but some companies use anti-racism to distract from their own capitalist practices. In other words, they use anti-racism in the absence of racism, so as to no longer practice anti-capitalism in presence of capitalism. And so they try to legitimize themselves in the absence of legitimacy. And the third and final problem, which bothers me most, is that behind Ubisoft's facade of anti-racism lies a company struggling with serious internal issues. Recently, 700 Ubisoft workers in France went on strike, demanding better pay and working conditions. This makes me wonder, is the company's progressive image just a cover-up, a mere weapon of mass distraction for deeper problems? By selling itself as a progressive, anti-racist company and dividing the gaming community on a mere facade problem, any critique against Ubisoft and its products risks being labeled as racist and therefore silenced. It's an old trick, one we should not fall for. To avoid falling into this trap, let's remember Hegel's idea that the spirit is a bone. Hegel argued that making the qualities of the spirit depend on the mere exteriority of skin color is like saying the spirit is a bone. It means that racism is senseless from a moral point of view because it establishes hierarchies between human beings on a biological basis. And it is horrendous on an ontological level because it denies the unity of the human race by fragmenting it into different parts, hierarchized according to a biological order. At the same time, true anti-racism doesn't need a black video game protagonist. It's about daily actions and thoughts against racism, not corporate hypocrisy and pure marketing use of anti-racism. In this Yasuke story, are we focusing too much on the surface and missing the substance? Ubisoft's shiny commitment to diversity might be blinding us to the real issue, their own workers' struggles. Truly, the spirit is not a bone. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Happy mindful gaming, and see you next time.